Welcome to Psychology Refresh. Today we're going to go over the 8 weird habits of an ENTP personality type. Make sure to watch each one of them and find out if you have any of them. If the Myers-Briggs type indicator assessed you as an ENTP, debater innovator personality type, chances are you have some weird and peculiar habits. Being labeled weird or awkward might have negative connotations, but for certain people, it can be appealing and separates them from the usual. ENTPs can certainly be labeled as odd or peculiar, but this is largely due to people's inability to look beyond the surface. Debaters take a different approach to things, which can be perplexing to some others and cause them to misunderstand where the ENTP is coming from. Debaters are quite unique, and some of their traits and behaviors can be very bizarre. Find out if you have any of these weird habits, and remember, if you do, think of it this way: you are not some weirdo because of this. You just possess some distinctive features which are typical for your personality type that don't necessarily fit into particular social conventions, and they are often characterized as weird. Furthermore, most of them can help in reaching personal growth and self-improvement, so it is very beneficial to know them. Here are 8 weird habits of an ENTP personality type. Number 1. ENTPs like to push other people's buttons. ENTPs have incredibly rich and vivid imagination, which can lead to them becoming distracted or wandering off in circles. Whereas some people prefer to go right to the point, debaters enjoy thinking possibilities and visualizing multiple paths and options. They may go on rants or engage in heated disputes, which some people may find odd or bizarre. When the ENTP is enthusiastic about something, they can get worked up and stimulated about it. Not everyone understands or values their drive to learn new things or exhibit their impassioned side. They also enjoy pushing others' buttons to see where they will lead, which is not always well accepted by others. People may perceive the ENTP as being excessively direct or even forceful, while in truth, they are simply trying to learn and appreciate where specific people's boundaries are. For the ENTP, debating with someone or approaching a topic from a different perspective is sometimes the greatest way to learn. However, they spend a lot of time in their heads, thinking and considering possibilities. This tendency to dig in their thoughts and appear forceful in their arguments can be considered as a weird habit by other people. Number 2. ENTPs enjoy challenging even their romantic partners. ENTPs are rapid thinkers and smooth talkers, which might be challenging to keep up with. This personality enjoys debating several sides of a subject, and their preferred method is to do so aloud in a stimulating conversation with another person. People can earn ENTPs' respect if they effectively challenge their opinions on anything and allow them to see it from a different perspective. This personality values intelligence beyond all else, and they look for partners that appreciate knowledge, analysis, and intellectual progress over all else. Debates and academic conversations are rarely personal for the ENTP. They are just a form of cerebral exercise that gives this personality a boost of energy. The ENTP often has a tendency to immerse themselves in heated discussion even with their romantic partners. And because some people are quite sensitive individuals, they will take it personally and consider this argumentativeness as a weird habit of an ENTP personality type. Number 3. ENTPs combine rationality with originality, which puzzles people. ENTPs are typically logical dreamers who prefer letting their minds drift. People may be perplexed by this mix, especially since the ENTP dislikes conforming to social standards. Instead, they prefer to confront these issues and dislike being confined to a box. The thing that makes it so easy for people to recognize them as strange is the debater's desire to learn and grow. Because of ENTP's ability to be rational while simultaneously being original and imaginative, they can be misconstrued. ENTPs are complicated individuals who prefer to keep their choices open in order to avoid being bored. They feel fatigued if they don't have the flexibility and room to explore and grow. This is not always something that people understand about the ENTP, and as a result of these misunderstandings, they appear odd to others. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. ENTPs treat everything as theoretical deliberation. ENTPs must comprehend the underlying premise or theory behind everything they do, which means their emotions and even their thoughts will not always be clear. Almost everything, including disagreements in your relationship, will be turned into a philosophical conversation by the debater. They must argue their way to their feelings. It does not imply that they are unconcerned about others, it simply means that they arrive at this conclusion based on close examination rather than gut reactions. These endless theoretical wanderings can be considered as a peculiar or even annoying habit of an ENTP personality type. Number 5. ENTPs disregard any authorities. ENTPs have a hard time accepting things at face value and prefer to question and examine what they perceive. This might make it difficult for others to comprehend them, since ENTPs may appear to be trying to frustrate those around them. In truth, debaters simply love learning new things and being free to think for themselves. They don't like embracing things as they are because their minds aren't wired to do so. Instead, they want to be free to test the limits and push the boundaries in order to reveal the truth that is frequently hidden within. ENTPs want to be able to look past the surface and not be scared to question what they see. This can lead to difficulty for the debater, specifically when they are younger. They may have been regarded as odd even as children since they rejected authority and are capable of seeing things from a different perspective than most. ENTPs see things from a variety of perspectives and prefer to consider all alternatives rather than simply what is immediately in front of them. This can make ENTPs extremely clever and imaginative, but it can also make them feel misunderstood. They were probably perceived as a problem as children or as not learning as well as the rest of the class. Number 6. ENTPs are not the masters of diplomacy. When an ENTP cares about their loved ones, they'll tell them what they're thinking openly and honestly without any sugarcoating. Unless they're twisting the truth for their personal gain, this type isn't big on covering the truth. While the debater's direct nature may be off-putting to some, others can admire it for what it is, a true style of communication that doesn't waste time tiptoeing around the issue at hand. However, for sensitive individuals, this lack of tact in ENTP's behavior can rustle some feathers and cause damage in relationships. Number 7. ENTPs do not finish projects. ENTPs aren't always patient enough to finish their tasks. This can be a huge issue at work, particularly if they are in a lower level position. Debaters are born problem solvers and thinkers who thrive in the initial phases of a project. They will become bored and impatient if they are compelled to finish the work to the conclusion. This type of person is always looking to the future, always seeking for the next idea or endeavor, and being stuck in one task is almost physically painful for them. Number 8. ENTPs can be extremely awkward. ENTPs might be awkward in social situations, especially when it comes to small conversation. While ENTPs are frequently outgoing and engaging, they aren't fond of small talk and mundane conversations about nothing that bore them. They may feel compelled to switch things up in order to make the discourse less tiring to sit through. They may act a little awkwardly if they don't aggressively try to shift the subject because their minds are clearly elsewhere. Debaters despise being forced to participate in unnecessary conversations or situations, especially with people who are superficial and uninteresting to them. When the ENTP finds someone interesting, their uneasiness can stem from their willingness to learn more about that thing. This lack of interest in daily conversation and get-to-know-each-other small talk turns into awkwardness, and this awkwardness is a very weird habit of an ENTP personality type. These videos will be really helpful for you.